Hey Tubies, this is Bob Hickman. Well, it is so good to be back with you. Well guys, I was away last week and I wasn't able to get a video out. I didn't have access to the internet. But I'm back and I had a great trip. And for those of you who are saying, Psychic Bob, where were you? Well, you see, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know where I am at all times. Anyways, on Thursday, we're going to have a video all about my trip. And I went to the beach and I did a video about sea magic at the beach. You don't want to miss that. So make sure to be here on Thursday. And we'll have that up for you guys. Anyways, I've been sitting here today. I've been looking at one of my favorite pieces of jewelry. I don't know if I've shown this to you guys before, but this is one of my pentagrams. Pentacles, and it's inlaid with little green crystals like emerald type stones, and I love that, you know. And I love to wear my Wiccan jewelry, and I know over the years so many of you have written me, says, Psychic Bob, I love Wiccan jewelry, but you know, where I live, it's such the Bible Belt, and anytime I try to wear Wiccan jewelry, I get attacked by people and harassed, and horrible things are said. So, you know, I understand that. You know, for many years I was very underground about my Wiccan practices. And these days, of course, I'm very open. But not everybody is in a place or a position in life where they can be open about their practice, because there's still a lot of misunderstanding about Wicca and paganism. But I thought today's video would be to help those of you who want to more fully embrace your Wiccan practices, but maybe are still stuck kind of in the broom closet. And you know, I'm not somebody who says everybody has to be out of the broom closet, because until we as a society overcome these prejudices, some people are in positions where really coming out as a Wiccan could just destroy their careers, their family life, everything. So I understand for those of you who have to be in the closet. But that's why I'm out. I wear my symbols openly, and I'm a voice, and I'll take the heat for those of you who can't. And that's okay. I don't mind doing it. Anyways, those of you who say, Bob, we always like seeing what jewelry you're wearing, I thought today we'd have a special video about magical jewelry. And, you know, for those of you who can't perhaps wear a pentacle, today's video is going to show you some alternatives. So I thought we'd jump right into it. Now, you know, if you can't wear the big 5-pointed pentagram, because everybody knows that's Wiccan, you could maybe cheat a little bit and wear something like this. This is a beautiful sun. It's made in India, and it's beautiful brass pendant. So if you can't wear a pentacle, maybe you could wear a sun. Most people like the sun, and most people, you know, no matter what their religion, find the sun wonderful. That's why beaches are so popular. There's one of my suns. Here's another sun. This one's made of amber, which is really pretty, an amber sun. So if you don't wear a pentacle, you could wear suns, and people would be none the wiser. Of course, if you're like me, you're a moon worshiper. And the moon is also a wonderful, wonderful symbol. Look at this. Now, this is a beautiful pewter moon here. That's an option for you to wear as jewelry. Here's another pewter moon. This one has a little face of the goddess in it. Isn't that lovely? So we got suns and we've got moons. And, you know, speaking of natural phenomena, there are other things as well that you can wear. For example, here, let me show you, here's another little moon that I've got. This is wonderful. This moon has a little jewel inset. It's a zirconia, I think. I don't think it's a real diamond. If it is, I'm pretty rich. I think it's a zirconia. But isn't that lovely? A little silver moon with a zirconia. So there's another moon. So you could wear suns or you could wear moons. Here's something along the moon line as well. This is the headdress, the horns, and the lunar disc of Isis. And this is inset. It's hard to see here, but it's mother of pearl in the middle. There you can kind of see it. And it's got the horns done in silver. Isn't that beautiful? It's very luminous. This is very much a lunar symbol. So, you know, the witches of old work with solar and lunar energy. So you could wear those in public, and most people wouldn't even think twice or dare to accuse you of being a witch. If you like moons, here's another silver moon we've got. That's a little face with a little star. Isn't that beautiful? There you go. So you got suns, you got moons. For those of you who like sea magic, you might even consider wearing a piece of sea glass. This is a wonderful little pendant that I have. I got this at the beach some time ago, and it's sea glass wire wrapped in silver. And sea glass is very smooth. It's interesting, I heard a story that back in the early 1900s, there was a merchant who would collect sea glass and say it was crystals, sea crystals, and sell it. But actually it was glass. And it comes from old glass bottles that get discarded, and the sea wears them down, and they become beautiful gem-like crystals. But they are this manufactured glass. So you can wear a sea glass that's wonderful to tune to water energies, and especially if you do sea magic. You know, angels are very popular these days. A lot of people wear angels. But if you want something specifically more pagan, what about a winged Isis? Now, isn't that beautiful? Now, you see, winged Isis looks very much like an angel. And I bet you if you wore that, people would say, oh, what a beautiful angel pendant. But they don't need to know it's the goddess Isis unless you want to tell them. Here's another winged Isis. You see, these are symbols that you could wear openly, and most people wouldn't even know that you're a Wiccan if you don't want to tell them. You know. We also have some more moons here. I'll show you some of these moons. Here's another little moon with a star. Isn't that beautiful? And here's another moon. Isn't that beautiful? Now, you see, most people would not look like a pentagram, even though it is kind of a pentagram, but not really. It's a pentagram to the degree you want it to be. Now, also, if you want to be a little more brazen, there's the triquetra. Now, this is a symbol that has been used by witches for years, but since the TV show Charmed, it's become known as a witch symbol. But interestingly, I've been in many Christian churches where they have this on the wall or printed on their prayer books or Bibles. So it's also a Christian symbol. The Christians use it as well for the Trinity of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and the Wiccans use it for the Trinity of the Maiden, Mother, and Crone, as well as the symbols of life, death, and rebirth. So it represents reincarnation and eternal life as well. So if you're wearing that and somebody comes up and says, oh, you're a witch, you could say, I'm just a fan of the TV show Charmed, or you could even, just tell them it's the Trinity, and you wouldn't be lying because it is the Trinity. So there are some other ideas. You could wear triquetras. Celtic knots, they're also called. They're wonderful things that you can wear. If you want to think in terms of natural gemstones, they're wonderful options. This is very much known as a witch stone. This is moss agate. And moss agate is an agate which is green, and it has moss leaves in it that gives it this green color. So there's something you might want to explore. Moss agate gemstone, that's very much a witch stone. And also we've got another moon symbol here. You could look at that. Now see, this is made of pewter, and it's a crescent moon with the goddess. But for most people, they're just going to see the moon, and nobody would think anything about that. Now, if you're also looking for a natural stone, this is a little jade frog. And the frog has been for many years associated with witches. It's a witch symbol, the frog, or the toad. And this is made of jade as well, which is good luck. So there's a magical pendant you could wear. And that's a lovely stone as well. You could also wear this. Now, this is one of my favorites also, is the Book of Shadows pendant. Look at that. Now, this one has a little green crystal inset, and it's like a little emerald. It's hard to see here, but if you like to focus on doing spells and magic and building your Book of Shadows, that would be a wonderful little charm for you to wear, you see? And if anybody gets real extreme, you could just say it's a Bible. How are they going to know? You see? For some of you also, I know fairies are getting very popular, and I have a collection here of tiny little fairy gemstones. These are kind of hard to see, but I have little tiny fairies. They're little elves. There's a little, he's like a little sprite elf sitting with his legs folded up under his arms. And I've got another little tiny one there. Little elf. So little sprites and elves and fairies. Here's one, he's sitting on a mushroom. That's something you could wear. Most people, even people that are hardcore Christians, a lot of them have told me they believe in fairies. Here's another fairy pendant you could wear. See? There's a little fairy sitting on a mushroom. So you see, you're really not so limited, you know. For those of you who want to have something that looks more Christian, let's say you're going to a family reunion, everybody's hardcore Christian, you just can't come out of the broom closet. And I understand that. Well, what about wearing a St. Brede's cross or a Bridget's cross? Brede or Bridget, it can be said either way. This is actually a symbol that is used by the Catholics for St. Bridget, but it's also a pagan symbol. It represents the wheel of the year, and it also represents the cross, the four directions, north, south, east, and west. So it's a pagan and a Christian symbol. You'll see devout Catholics that are Irish wearing this as well as pagans. So the Bridget's cross or the Brede's cross, wonderful, wonderful option for you. You know, if you feel like getting closer to the pentacle again, how about a little tiny jeweled star? Now that's pretty. Put that on a silver chain. Nobody would think twice or call you a witch, but you would know that you have your sacred symbol with you. You see? And for those of you who feel like really going out and being out there but still are afraid of the pentacle, what about the Thor's hammer? Now, a lot of people are starting to wear these, and I've actually had people wear them who don't know what they are, which is kind of strange to me, but I have encountered people wearing them. I say, oh, you got a Thor's hammer. And they'll say, oh, is that what it is? I just saw and liked it. So these are some Thor's hammers with runes on them. And you can always tell people you're of Scandinavian descent, because many people in the Scandinavian community wear these traditionally as well. So you got a lot of different options. And also, if you feel like you could even wear a goddess pendant, you know, a lot of people don't know that that represents the pagans or the Wiccans. They just see it as a woman. So, of course, you and I know it's the spiral goddess, the creatrix of the universe. But that's another option, depending on how out there you want to be. So you have a lot of different options. So I just put these out there for you to think about. And you know, guys, I really encourage you, you know, to consider wearing your magical jewelry. Magical jewelry can be blessed and empowered with protection. It's just fun to wear. It brightens your day. It's sparkly. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. You know, as I said here in this collection, we have all mixed metals. We've got pewter, we've got sterling silver, we've got brass, you know, we've got gemstones, natural stones. So really your metal choice is up to you, and you don't have to spend a fortune. But I thought today I'd just bring that up to you. Now, if you've been thinking, say, Bob, I need to buy some jewelry, but I don't know where to shop, you've come to the right place. I'm going to ask you guys to consider checking out rarewiccaspells.com. I'll put the link below here. Rare Wicca Spells, wonderful place. They sell lots and lots of magical jewelry. I'm buying more from them this week there, so I'm very excited about that. And I hope that you will consider shopping at rarewiccaspells.com. That's where I buy all of my ritual supplies and my jewelry. So I think you'll enjoy shopping there. So go to rarewiccaspells.com. Check out their jewelry and buy yourself a magical piece of jewelry. Anyways, tell me in the box below, have you ever worn a piece of magical jewelry? What's your favorite piece of magical jewelry? Do you wear the pinnacle in public or do you not? And if you don't, what do you wear in place of it? I'd sure love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Share them in the box below. Listen, guys, be back here on Thursday because we're going to talk about sea magic. And just to give you a sneak peek, here's one of my new wands that I got while I was at the beach. It's made of driftwood, and I got it naturally. And that's going to be in that video, so you don't want to miss it. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Listen, if you're new here, or even if you're not new, hit that subscribe button. Join our channel. Be part of spiritual. We'd love you to be here. So I'll see you guys back here on Thursday for our video on sea magic. Magic at the seashore. Be here. Blessed. See you then. Thanks so much.